is the fall mesh wreath class, fall flower, I guess. It's a different technique that we haven't done before, and it's actually pretty darn easy once you see me do it. Hey, Jamie. So let me go ahead and just move my laptop over. Jamie, say hi to Mary. This is her first class. She's new.
Hi, Mary.
Jamie's been with me for a little while. Let me just plug this in. I'm also going to plug my charger in because I always seem to forget that. I'll get that out of the way now. I'm so excited. A good friend of mine is building me a new craft table. He's a woodworker. And we actually went out to lunch with him and his wife yesterday, and he took some measurements, and I'm going to be getting a new craft table soon, a bigger one, so that's going to be really nice. And I told him, I said, I need one that has legs that fold, and I can kind of stick it away when I'm not using it, because my craft room just isn't big enough for me to have my table out all the time. I wish it was. Maybe once one of my kids move it, I can take their room and make that into my craft room. Anyway, okay, let me just go ahead and mute everybody. Again, I told you, Mary, already how to unmute yourself if you have a question. I think everybody else already knows how to do that. So don't hesitate at any point to unmute yourself to ask a question. Hi, Lori. My table is so terrible. I should put a cover over it. It's been burned with glue and everything. This is actually a 12-inch wreath form. You're not really going to want to go bigger than this because your flower is going to be huge. Typically, you can even use an 8 or a 10-inch wreath form. Now, somebody told me that the Dollar Tree is starting to carry 8-inch wreath forms. I've only ever seen 14-inch, 14.5-inch. So I don't know. I thought I saw a post in the other group the other day that they're going to start carrying the 8-inch ones. But really, all you can use those for are flowers or maybe a small centerpiece. But for this flower, you're really not going to want to go any bigger than 12. This one I got from Dollar General. This is the only size Dollar General carries is a 12-inch. You can do it on a 14.5-inch frame, but you're going to need to buy more mesh, maybe another roll of mesh, because it's not going to be enough. I think I told you to get 3 rolls. So a 12-inch is what I'm using today. These are 4-inch zip ties. I actually normally get them from Walmart. They're about $1.25 for a pack of 100, which is a really good deal, but they were out of this size, so I had to go to Lowe's, and I spent $4 for a pack of 100, which I thought was kind of expensive, but I like to use the smaller ones. I mean, you can get the bigger ones too. I think I've got some of these. I got these from Dollar General as well. These are longer, but you don't really need the longer ones. The small ones are fine. I have pliers here, and the only reason I have pliers is because it helps me to pull the zip tie tighter. You don't have to have them. If you want to use your hands to pull your zip tie tighter, that's fine. And then I have my little cutter for my zip ties. You can use scissors if you want. Now, I cheated a little bit, you guys. I'm going to tell you what I did. I have 2 different kinds of mesh I'm going to be using. I got a really pretty burgundy color, and I'm going to do the outside of my flower with this pretty burgundy that I got from the wreath shop. It's 10-inch mesh, and it's not a metallic. It's just a standard mesh, but it'll work fine. And this is a 2-tone mesh. I think you guys have seen the 2-tone meshes before. They're really, really pretty. This is a burgundy gold. And I don't really think you can get these in the craft stores, but you can get them from Craft Outlet, and you can get them from the wreath shop. I really like the wreath shop. Their shipping is very fast. They always seem to have what I want in stock, and I can't say enough good things about the wreath shop. I'm a little bit mad at Craft Outlet right now because they're holding up my last order, but anyway, who can stay mad at them for long, because I love their stuff. So this is a burgundy gold, and this is a burgundy. And what I'm going to do, and like I said, I cheated a little bit. I made a bunch of my little flower petals ahead of time because honestly, this is the most time-consuming part, is making your flower petals. So I didn't really want to have a 4-hour class and I wanted to be able to finish it. So I did go ahead and I made a bunch of my petals ahead of time, but I'm going to obviously show you how to do this. But this is the burgundy, and this is what your petal is going to look like. It almost looks like those little angels, those little tree angels that people make. And this is my burgundy gold, and this is the burgundy. So let me show you how we do it. Now, it's very important when you're cutting your mesh, because these are 10 by 10 inch pieces. I use the wood burning tool all the time. I love it. I don't ever use a rotary cutter to cut my mesh anymore, only because frays drive me crazy. And there's a lot of people that say, you know, I'll never use the wood burning tool because of the fumes. I've never really had an issue with fumes when I'm using it. If you're concerned about that, the smell of the burning plastic, just go ahead and get, like, you can get one of those little masks so you don't have to breathe them right in. But again, I've never really had an issue. This is the wood burning tool. You can see it comes with different tips, but I kind of like this tip. I kind of like the one that you can see that it's a little bit thicker, but I kind of like that one because it just seems to cut better. And you have to have a piece of glass. I have an old storm window that I use from my basement, but you can get a glass cutting board. Get a clear one, because what I like to do is I'll put my measuring mat right underneath the glass so I can cut and measure at the same time. If you don't want to use the wood burning tool, you know, you can use a rotary cutter, but you're going to have some fraying. And you can always use the craft adhesive spray, which I've shown you this before. It's Elmer's Craft Bond. You can cut off any extra frays and then just give this a spray, give your flower or your wreath a spray. Do it outside because this is kind of smelly. But if you go into the video section of my page of the group, you will see that I did do a video back in January using the wood burning tool, and it shows you how to do that. But it is nice because it actually seals the edges of your mesh so you don't have as many frays. All right, there's my speech on that. This is a 10 by 10 inch piece of mesh. Again, it's important that you try to get it exactly 10 by 10 inches. I know when you're in a hurry and you're cutting, sometimes that's kind of hard to do. But the way we're going to be, I'm trying to read my chat message here. My mouse isn't working. The way that we are going to be folding, why the heck isn't my mouse working? I don't know who's chatting me a question here, but I can't. My mouse is not moving. I don't know why. That's really strange. Hold on, let me get my other mouse and see if maybe that one works.
Christina, it was me. I just said you can run some clear nail polish on the edges of the mesh too, or get some fray check. Yeah, actually, I've done that. I've actually, see, my mouse just isn't moving. I don't know what's wrong with it. Let me try this one. I've actually done Mod Podge as well. I've brushed the edges with Mod Podge. So you can go ahead and you can say that out loud, Mary. You don't have to type your question in, because it's just easier for me if you say, you know, what you want to say out loud. That's all. Don't be afraid to talk. Everybody does it. I had a mouthful of donut.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, and like I said, try to get them as close to 10 by 10 inches as you can, because of the way we're going to fold it. So I'm going to do this a few times. If you don't get it the first time, don't panic. You're going to get the video too. You can stop and start it and watch it a million times, and then once you get the hang of it, so here's your 10 by 10 inch piece. We're going to start by folding one corner over to the other. So you have a triangle like that, okay? Your left if you're looking at it. And I'm just going to take it and bring it over to right to the middle there. Okay, so that's what it looks like so far. I folded it over. I've got one corner folded down. Now this is where it's going to get a little bit tricky, okay? Take your piece and flip it over, all right? You're going to take this side and bring it down so this part lines up with this part here. So right now, see how we have this part folded right over that part, okay? and then take this piece and fold it this way. So again, you've got all 3 edges lined up here. See how they're all lined up? And we're gonna do it again. But what you're gonna wanna do when you have it in your hand, like you see how this side's a little bit longer? Well, maybe not that much. I kind of just even it out a little bit when it's in my hand. And I look at it just to make sure that they're all about the same length on the bottom there. See that? They're about the same length. Doesn't have to be perfect. Now what I do, if you have a clothespin handy, you have a paper clip, a chip clip, whatever, I like to get a clothespin and just hold that together for a second because we're going to put 2 of these together. So I just clothespin it together and put it to the side. If you want to maybe lay it underneath something like a book or whatever, that's fine too, because we're going to do another one. Again, lay it this way, so it's like a diamond, well, not really a diamond shape. You just have the pointed ends towards you, and then one going out this way. And take it and fold it. The 2 ends meet each other. Like that. It doesn't have to be like perfect. If you've got a little bit going over the edge, don't freak out. This side's gonna go up to the corner, so it looks like that. Okay. Take the part that you just folded and flip it over so it's towards you. This side's going to come right down straight towards you. So these 2 pieces are going to line up. See how they're lined up? I'm just going to take this other one, this other side, and you want this edge to meet this edge, and you just do this. Just like that. Once you start doing them, trust me. And again, just make sure when you're looking at it that, you know, your pieces are, you know, sometimes for some reason, I don't know why, one of them is maybe a little bit longer, and you can just even it out when it's in your hand. But that's how it's going to look, okay? So now we have 2 of these. I'm going to take my clothespin off, and I'm going to put them together. I like to make sure that they're all the edges are even, just because I'm OCD that way. I don't think it's really going to matter. And then you're going to want to have, let me measure that and see, maybe like an inch, because this is the part that we're going to attach to our wreath form. Let me see how much. I've just been eyeballing it, but actually I would say maybe like 1.5 inches. So hold these together and get like maybe 1.5 inches or so, pinched like that, and that's where you're going to put your zip tie. This is why I say it may be easier for you just to do all your petals. Whoops, make sure your zip tie is going the right way. That's not going to work. Do a bunch of petals ahead of time, and then you can attach them all to your wreath form. And like I said, you don't have to have pliers if you want to be able to pull it as tight as you can. But I just like to grab them and just make it nice and tight. And that's how your petal is going to look. Don't worry that, you know, this spot might be sticking out a little bit harder than this side. They're all going to be together in the wreath, so you're not really going to notice that. And you just snip off the extra, and that's it. So I'm just going to start attaching them as we go. And what I like to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 6 sections in this wreath form. Now, a lot of times people like to do green on the outside, like for leaves. I'm going to do burgundy on the outside. If you want to do green for leaves, you can do that. But I'm going to do the burgundy on the outside, and then I'm going to do the burgundy gold in the middle, and then I'm going to do the regular burgundy in the center. That's my plan. So take your petal, okay, and you're going to attach it to the second bar. The second bar here, okay? But the way you're going to do that is I'm going to start at the crossbar here, okay? So hold it against your crossbar. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it on top. I don't know why I'm going underneath. Hold it right against your crossbar there. And then you're going to zip tie it right on. That's where we're going to start, is right on the crossbar.
Christina,
Yeah.
the 10-inch only has 3 rings.
Is that what you have as a 10-inch?
Yes,
It has 3, how many sections? Oh, it only has 3?
3 rings.
Really?
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections.
I could have sworn that the 10-inch had 4 rings.
No?
All right, so start on the outside, Debbie.
Okay.
Start on the outside bar. Sorry about that. I thought they all had 4 rings. And that's it. Now, sometimes what I like to do, you don't have to do this, but sometimes, so my outside petals hold their shape a little bit better, even though this one seems to be holding its shape pretty well. If you find that it's sort of getting out of control on you and like going all over the place, just for the outside petals, what you can actually do is you can take another zip tie and you can kind of go right through the back like this. Just take your zip tie and go right through like the middle pieces here. I won't go all the way. And it just like that, and you can cut that off and it sort of keeps your petal together. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not really too worried about that. The only reason I say you could do that if you want to is because I saw someone do that, but you don't really need to do that. I may go back after and see how it looks with all the other petals and do that. But you can see how easy the zip tie goes right through. But again, like Debbie said, if you do have a 10-inch, there's only 3 bars, so start on the outer bar, okay? So I'm going to actually go all the way around, and the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to put a petal on each cross section first, okay? And then I'm going to go in and see how many I want to put in the middle. I might not want to make the outside as full as the inside, but I want to see how it looks first. Maybe I'll only put 1 or 2 in the middle. In the middle, in between each cross section is what I mean. So let's go ahead and make another petal. Again, fold it over like that. Bring this side. See, I'm just cutting off some of the frays. I've noticed that the frays get worse as you get toward the center of the mesh roll. I don't know why that is. So fold this side over to the point. Okay, so it looks like that. Flip it over. Bring this towards you so these sides line up. And then you just want this side to line up with this side, so you just flip it. Just like that. And again, like you see how this one side is a little bit longer than the other 2. I'm just going to like fix that in my hand. I'll just adjust it like that with my hand. And I'll look at it and make sure that it's even. I'll paper clip that together, or I keep saying paper clip, it's a clothespin. I use my clothespins for everything. I use it to hold my chip bags closed, and I do hang clothes with them too on occasion. If you guys want me to slow down with this fold, let me know. But as you get going with it, you'll see it'll get easier.
Christina, are these double?
Double pieces of mesh?
Yes.
No.
It seems like you're putting 2 together.
No, I mean, I'm not laying them on top of each other. I thought that's what you meant by double. Yes, I am. I've got this one sitting here, and I'm going to put this one with this one.
No, I thought it was one on top of the other.
No, I'm making 2 petals, and then I'm zip tying them together.
Okay.
That's why I was holding the one with the paper clip. No, this is just one piece. If you've got mesh that's really super thin, you can do that if, you know, if it's really, really sheer. But this is pretty thick mesh, so I'm not going to need to do that. But you can do that if you want to. What color do you have, Mimi?
Right now, nothing. I'm just watching.
Oh, okay. All righty. No
I
problem.
have still a mess with the flood.
You had a flood?
Yes.
Did you tell me this already?
Yes, 2 months ago. I'm still in the
Oh, no. You're still dealing with that, huh?
yeah,
I'm so sorry. That stinks. So there's another piece. Just like that. It doesn't take that long once you get going. Where's my snippers?
Christina, did you get that mesh at Craft Outlet?
This is, I got this from the wreath shop, but I think Craft Outlet has these exact same colors too.
Well, they do, and I took them off my order today because it looked super thin, and I wasn't sure it was the right.
No, they use Craig Bachman mesh, and this is really thick. It's really, really thick. You can tell how thick that is. Craig Bachman mesh is really good quality. You'll never have to worry about, you know, that mesh being thin. Now this one I have a little bit extra. I kind of pinched a little bit too much on the end here, but I'm just going to try to slide it up a little bit so they're all about the same length. And you can do that. So they're a little, all right, I'm just going to go ahead. Like I said, I'm going to continue to go around and attach to the crossbars. I'm using the second bar because I have a 12-inch. If you have a 10-inch and you only have 3 bars, start on the outside. The Craig Bachman mesh is very, very good quality. It's very thick. You had the burgundy in your cart, Jamie?
Yes, I had the two-tone burgundy and gold or whatever, and then it looked
They're
really
nice. No,
thin.
they're not thin at all. I've used them many times. They're awesome.
I should have texted you earlier today before I went ahead and sent my order.
You should have. You know that I'm in front of my laptop like normally 24 hours a day. even though I didn't know there was a hurricane. Jamie's like, are you getting a lot of rain from the hurricane? I'm like, what hurricane? So
I know we're over in New York and we're getting it us coming up through Ohio. We didn't get any monsoon rains today. It's just been a steady rain all day long.
yeah, that stinks. We didn't get any rain today, but it was really cool. It didn't even reach like 65 degrees, I don't think. So it was pretty cool here. In fact, I have long pants on today. I can't remember the last time I wore long pants. But it's going to be later this week, so summer's not over yet.
No, it's only 62 here and rainy, and I actually got the wood burner stove going today. First time this.
Nice, nice. So again, I just used my clothespin just to hold this one. If you have a Bow Dabra has a really good mesh holder too.
Why don't you just all come visit me in Vegas here? It's only been 104, 105.
I would love that. Hey, you know what, Mary? I was supposed to call you, right? Are you the one I was supposed to call?
Yeah.
That's right. And the minute you said Vegas, I'm like, I was supposed to call somebody and tell her what she needed for supplies, and I couldn't remember who it was. I'm so sorry. I only get about, 30 emails a day. I will call you, and we're going to go over exactly what you need.
Okay.
To get started, because Mary's new. You've never even made a mesh wreath before, right, Mary?
No, I haven't.
So we'll get you all set up with what you need. We
I
already
did
talked about the wood burning tool, so.
Yeah, I did buy stuff at the Dollar Tree last night, and then Joann's had a lot of their holiday stuff 30% off, so I bought some ribbon and mesh.
Nice. Make sure the ribbon's wired. That's the most important piece of advice I can give you. A lot of us made that mistake to buy unwired ribbon in the beginning, and then we were crying about it after because it does not hold its shape when you're trying to add it to a wreath or whatever.
Well,
So
my one sister-in-law, her favorite thing is owls, and Joann's had this beautiful owl wired ribbon, so I got that.
Oh, nice. I hate to tell you this, but you're gonna slowly start developing what's called a ribbon obsession. It's just something that happens to people that start making wreaths, and you're just gonna not be able to stop.
buying it. And somebody told me a cute joke. They posted it in the group the other day, and I have to share it. She said that she goes to a store and the ribbon light calls to her and she can't leave it behind. It's calling to her, and so she rescues it and takes it home, and then it's free range ribbon. I thought that was so funny. It made me laugh so hard. I told my kids, and they're like, oh, haha, Mom. They didn't think it was that funny. But anyway, so let me continue around here. We're going to the next crossbar. I'm going to start using my pre-made pieces now, just for the outside, because I have a bunch of pre-made ones made, just to save some time here. But I'm definitely going to be making some more petals for the inside, so you can see how I did it. So don't worry. But I want to save the rest of the burgundy one, this roll, from my center, because I want to be able to show you how to do the center. And again, if you find that you've got too much on the end, just push your zip tie down so it matches the other ones that you made. I don't really want to do too much on the outside. I'm going to start with one on each crossbar, and then I may do one in between, and then I may add more later. I just kind of want to see how it looks. Okay, so we have 3 so far. I'm just going to go ahead and move this out of the way. I want to save that for my center. And I'm going to start using some of my pre-made pieces here. But we're going to make more petals for the middle, don't worry. I've got 3 more to put on here. This one's got a big piece on there. I must was making them in a hurry. I made my pieces too big. Just slide your zip tie down, that's fine. You just want to have enough, like I said, like 1.5 inches, just enough to be able to attach it to your wreath form. Hey Cheryl, I just looked up and I saw you here. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I said you don't have to use the pliers. I just like to be able to make my zip ties nice and tight. Yeah, I was making these really big before. I have to fix these now. I want to have more petal than I do anything else here. I've just made that one way too big. Just slide it down a little bit without pulling it right off. There, that's good. Yeah, as we were talking, Mary, about Craft Outlet, it's if you've not heard of them before, they're one of the main online sources for mesh and ribbon. And if you place an order over $69, you get free shipping. And they use mesh by a wholesaler called Craig Bachman, and it's very good quality. I can tell you right now that if you go to any local craft store to buy mesh, I would not recommend Michael's. Michael's frays like crazy. Joann's is not bad. Hobby Lobby, they're kind of in between. I've had some bad experiences with Hobby Lobby mesh, but Craft Outlet is by far the best. I do use the Wreath Shop. I do use Dollar Tree mesh too. We have a class coming up, a couple classes coming up with Dollar Tree mesh, and it just depends on what method you're going to use for the mesh. There are some types of Dollar Tree mesh I wouldn't cut, like the striped mesh frays terribly. They have a candy corn striped mesh out now that just frays terribly. The solid meshes don't fray as bad at the Dollar Tree. Again, I've used the wood burning tool for those as well. Right now we're on our last crossbar here. So this is my outside. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to look and see how many pieces I have left here. 1, 2, 3, I'm counting, sorry, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm just going to go ahead and put one more in the center of each one. And I think I'll have enough more left to do my center, because I want to be able to have enough of this to do my center. And I only got one roll of the burgundy. I have 2 rolls of the burgundy gold, so because that's going to be the basis of my flower, that's going to be my center, or well, not my center. My center right here is going to be burgundy, but the petals on the next 2 rings are going to be the burgundy gold. So I'm just going to go ahead and do one more in the middle. Again, I'm using the second bar because this is a 12-inch form and it has 4 rings. Debbie, do you have room on yours to put another petal in the middle there? I know you have a 10-inch form. You should have enough room to put another petal in the middle.
Yes, I do.
Okay, good.
Christina, this is the owl ribbon that I bought.
I think, is that from Joann's? I think I have that exact same ribbon. Let me make you bigger. Hold on a second here. Because we have an owl wreath coming up too. My mouse is not working. I don't know why my mouse
Yeah, this is from Joann's.
I think I have that same ribbon. Yeah, I love that ribbon. I love
And then
that.
I got this gold, and then I got a row of each of gold and white flocked mesh.
Nice. Very nice.
Because my sister-in-law lives in a travel trailer right now, so I've got to do a small one for her.
Okay, there you go. I don't know why my mouse is not working here. Hold on a second here. It's bothering me. Okay.
one's gonna come right off. I gotta be careful I don't pull that one right off. I was making those a little bit too big before. You only want maybe like 1.5 inches on the end here, just like that, just a little bit, just enough that you can attach it to your, you're not even attaching that part to the wreath form, you're going around the zip tie, so you don't want your petal to slide out.
Christine, I'm looking at that mesh over there on the side. Where did you get all that from?
This,
Yes.
like this blue and red, orange striped, is that what you mean?
Well, I don't know. All the colors look awesome.
Oh, well, if I move anything, everything's just like collapse. This I got from Hobby Lobby. Is that the one you're looking at?
No, actually, I think it's the one it looks like
one?
ombre, like towards the middle.
This one?
Yes.
This is from Craft Outlet. This is the jute ombre. I'm not sure if they have any left of that.
I really like that.
Yeah, isn't that pretty? That's from Craft Outlet. Yeah, I know. It's like I have mesh everywhere. I just got this from Trendy Tree. This is a candy cane or candy corn mesh. Isn't that pretty?
You know, I was looking at Trendy Tree the other day, but I ended up going with Craft Outlet because I love their ribbon there.
Yeah, I know. I know. Me too. I got some candy corn. I got to show you this now. Some candy corn ribbon from. I think this came from Hobby Lobby. That was really pretty too, candy corn ribbon. So I know I've just got stuff stacked all over the place over here.
Hobby Lobby is coming to Mentor in my area next year, and I can't wait because right now I drive about an hour to get to that store.
Oh boy. Yeah, it's about a half an hour for me, which isn't bad. Well, that'll be good for you. Not so good for your wallet, but.
Well, I know I told everybody that, you know, I said, if you ever want to find me next year, just check Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes I have to have one of my kids come in with me if I have something specific that I need to get, just so I don't get sidetracked. I'm better. You know, I used to not be able to control myself, but I'm better now. I'm just waiting for those signs. I need those gingerbread signs to come in for the kits. I've been waiting so I can get those kits mailed out. If anybody ordered the gingerbread kit, I'm just waiting for the signs. That's all I'm waiting for. And they're supposed to be holding them for me when they come in. And I need like 11 of them. So I may have to go to 2 different stores. But that's all I'm waiting for in the gingerbread kits is the, wait a second, this has got to go this way, is the signs. Start talking and then I forget what I'm doing here. I'm pretty sure that the Dollar Tree frames have 4 bars too. So if you did want to use a Dollar Tree frame, again, you're going to start on the 2nd bar, but you're going to need more mesh. I can't tell you how much more you're going to need. I would probably get at least an extra roll because those are 14.5 inches. So. We're almost done with the outside here. Then we're going to move to the center. Got 2 more pieces I want to put on here.
Christine, do you ever use Chanel stems when you do yours?
Yeah. Yep. If I'm making a regular wreath with, you know, making ruffles or poofs, I use chenille stems. But this particular flower, it holds better with the zip ties. Yep, I use chenille stems all the time. Like if I'm making a regular wreath, I'll put 18 chenille stems on my wreath form. Yeah, all the time.
Okay, because I just bought a package at the Dollar Tree and I just didn't know if I should cut them in half or.
No, not yet. No, it depends. Well, sometimes it depends on the method that we're doing. Sometimes we'll cut them in half. Usually not though, because if we're going to be doing, say, a method, say the ruffle method or a poof method, you need those chenille stems to add your ribbon to. That's how you tie your ribbon tails onto your wreath. So say, for example, we're going to do a ruffle method with two 15-inch ruffles of 10-inch mesh per pipe cleaner. We'd put those on, and then with the extra pieces of the chenille stem that are sticking out, you put your ribbon tails in there. So, yeah, we need
Thank you.
those. What's that? Did you say thank you?
No, yeah, no, I just said, okay,
Oh,
thank
okay,
you.
you're welcome. You've got a lot to learn, but we'll cover everything, don't worry. And if you want to post anytime in the group, if you have a question and you don't want to wait for a class to ask your question, go ahead and just post it in the group. You know, I have a question, ladies, and then if I can't answer it, somebody else will. So if I'm not available or whatever. This is my last piece of the burgundy for the outside. Again, if you want to do all the same color, if you want to do green for leaves for the outside, it's entirely up to you. Okay. Now, if you have your little end pieces here, and they happen to be sticking up too much, if you want to tuck them down under the bar, I don't think I'm really going to need to do that because mine are all pretty short. But you can tuck them down. Like this one's a little bit long. I'm going to kind of tuck it down a little bit if I can. Actually, they're all kind of short. I'm not really going to have to worry about doing that. Just this one was a little bit long, so I tucked it under. So there's the outside. Now I'm going to start on the burgundy gold, and we'll make some more petals. I do have a bunch made, but we'll make some more so you guys can see it again. Hold on 1 second for me. Let's just do this again. Triangle. Hold the one corner over, flip it over. Together. Make sure they're pretty even on the ends. I think it looks just like one of those little angels that people make, those snow angels. I don't know if they're called snow angels, but the little mesh angels that people make. That's what I think that they look like.
I always grab my end because if I just clip it, it tends to fly across the room and then I can't find it. Okay, so Debbie, you're gonna start on the next row up. We're all gonna start on the next row up, but Debbie's only got three bars, so we're just gonna start in the next row up. Now you might need to go kind of in between because we're gonna do the crossbars again. We're gonna start on the crossbars. So you might have to kind of move your little piece out of the way so you can get to that next bar, or just kind of try to lay it on top of it. You know what I mean? I'm going the wrong way, this way. You might have to kind of go in between the petal that's right there. Hold on a second here. And you know what? I'm gonna go in between these. Let's do this instead. I'm not gonna do the crossbar. So I'm gonna go to the next bar up, which is the second one from the inside. The second one from the inside. Now for this one, let me get my petal on here first, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this little piece here. So go to the second bar. I went right through that. Hold on, let me get that out of there. I went right through that. There we go. The mesh is going to want to stick to each other, so don't let that deter you. Somebody just messaged me. Let me get that out of there. Oh, it's gone. Okay. So this piece that I just put on here, this is going to be kind of sticking out a little bit. Let me fix this so it's straight. Hold on. Some freeze coming out. Take this little knobby here. Oh, am I crooked? Hold on. I'm not crooked. I'm blurry. Hold on a second. Take this little knobby here and just push it underneath the bar. See what I mean? So it's underneath the bar. So it's not laying on top, just so it's kind of out of the way. And it's going to make your petal stick up a little bit, but that's what you want. You want it to kind of stick up. Make a few more here. Can't wait to get my new bigger craft table, let me tell you. I have a little bit more room to work with here. Your goal is just to make sure that all these pieces are lined up. That's really all. You're just folding back and forth. That's all you're doing. And I'm putting these two pieces together. The only bad thing about these zip ties is because they're so short, it's kind of hard to grab them, but I just prefer the shorter ones because they're thinner too. I'm going to stand for a little while. Get that off.
Christina,
Yeah,
why did it say Mimi left the meeting if I'm still here?
I don't know. I didn't see that. I didn't see it said Mimi left the meeting. You saw that?
Yeah, that's what I saw. Anyway,
don't
I wanted
know.
to ask you, how can that end up at the same height if you're putting it down one wire down?
What's that now?
How can this one be ending up at the same height of the first row if you're putting it lower?
It isn't. Why, is yours ending up at the same height?
Oh, I thought it was the same height. No, it
No,
isn't.
no, you
Okay.
can still kind of see the red. These are just popping up a little bit more because I'm tucking in these little pieces underneath the bar. Is that what you mean?
Yes, I see it now. It's okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I may go in between each of these two and put another one. I'm just gonna kind of see how it looks. Don't worry about these little pieces that are sticking out here. Those are gonna be covered by the next row. So I really like these colors together. I really, really do.
I love those colors together.
The two-tone mesh is just gorgeous. You have to get some, Jamie. I'm telling you, I love
I
it.
know I'm kind of like kicking myself right now that I didn't just put them on my order, but I'll have to place another order tomorrow.
There you go. I just actually ordered some of the rose gold for the first time. I've never used the rose gold before. Have you ever seen the rose gold mesh before?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you gotta go look at that. It's gorgeous. It sells out fast too, so it's really pretty. Really, really pretty.
I spent online.
This is the burgundy gold, and then there's a red gold too that I have that I was using for the Unique in the Creek sunflower, but I never finished it. This is the there's the red gold. That's pretty too.
That's beautiful.
Yep. And it's not metallic, but it's almost like it's got like a shimmer to it. Do you know what I mean? Can you see that? It's not a metallic mesh, but I almost like it that it's not the metallic because I hate when the metallic strands come out. It makes me
I'm not
crazy.
a fan of that either.
I know, it makes me crazy. How can I help you?
Hey, Jamie, since your order probably won't be processed until tomorrow, get a hold of them and just see if you can add it to the order you already have.
Yeah, that's true. They might be able to do that for you.
You know, Mary, that's a great idea. I'll do that first thing in the morning because I placed
Yeah.
it at like 3 o'clock this afternoon.
I never even thought of that. And I actually have done that with the wreath shop, but I've never done it with Craft Outlet. I'm sure they can do that. I never thought of that.
I would definitely try, Mary. Thank you, because I actually spent over $77, $78, something like that. So I really don't want to pay shipping again.
Right, no.
Yeah,
Call them first thing in the morning.
Yeah, because your order won't be processed. It's just sitting there in their office right now.
Yes, thank you.
They can do that. They've done it for me. Jamie.
Debbie said that they've done it for her, Jamie.
Okay, well, I will definitely try. Thank you. You guys are awesome.
You are awesome. You're all awesome. So right now I'm kind of just going in between my burgundy, but I may actually go back and add, there's too big of a look on that one. I want to see how it looks first going in between, and then I may go back and add more. I have to see how my coverage is looking here. See, these flowers, Mary, they tend to be a little bit time consuming just because there's a lot of petals, and regular mesh wreaths aren't as involved. So, but the flowers with all the petals and the folding, and this is why I made a lot of my petals ahead of time, because I knew that it was going to be a time consuming project. But flowers are fun to make.
Well, I don't work or anything, so it'll give me something to do, help keep my mind off of
Yes,
everything
yes.
that I've got going on.
That's a great idea. That's why a lot of people start wreath making. It is definitely therapy. Trust me.
I know it's therapy for me. That is my relaxation. Somebody told me once, it's like, don't you ever just sit and do nothing? It's like, no, after work,
No.
I sit with my wreath.
Yes, that's it.
Well, see, I'm also going to be making some bath bombs, some shower melts, and some stuff like that. I've got all that stuff at home here too. So
Those with essential oils?
yeah, you can use essential oils or fragrance oils, anything like that. You use citric acid, baking soda, Epsom salt. There's all kinds of different ones.
All right, guys, let's, I don't mean to tell you to stop talking, but basically what happens, Mary, is every time you guys talk, the camera goes off of me and it goes on to you, and I kind of want everybody to see what I'm doing. And please don't take that the wrong way, but
No,
let's, that's
okay.
something that I can't help with Zoom. Zoom just does that by itself. And I fight with them all the time and tell them, I just want the camera to stay on me, but I don't want to tell people that they can't talk. Do you know what I mean? So let's just get this done here. That sounds like a really good idea, though. I love doing all kinds of crafts. I have another group too, Mary, that I just started if you want to join it. It's called Wreath and Craft Addicts United. And that's for all kinds of crafts, not just wreaths. So you may want to go join that one. It's for people that do, everything, woodworking, painting. So yeah, like I started another group. Like, why would I do that? I barely have enough time to do anything else. So there I go, and I start another group. So
Okay, I'll check it out. Thanks.
you're welcome. And I didn't mean to tell you to stop talking. I feel terrible, but that's what Zoom does. It just, like with Jamie, because Jamie didn't have her webcam on, what happens is a black screen will pop up. So I disappear completely, and all everybody sees is a black screen. I'm thinking about using a different video conferencing service so I don't have to worry about that, because that's the whole point of having these classes via, a video conferencing service, so people can talk. So that's all. I'm trying to even see who's jumped on here. Sandra, Peggy, Pat, Joe, Lisa, Kathy Strawbridge, Jackie Sanders. Hey, Jackie. I didn't see you jump on, my dear. How are you?
Late as usual.
Late as usual, that's okay. You know you're gonna get the video, so. What's that?
I've been trying to get ready for the hurricane.
Yeah, I heard about that thanks to Jamie. I didn't know there was even a hurricane coming. Where are you, Jackie?
I'm about an hour from where it's supposed to hit.
Oh, geez. Are they evacuating?
Not yet, but we're going to be on the bad side of it.
Oh, my goodness. Be careful. Leave if you have to,
Yeah, we try and get over prepared. I do.
Yeah, well, that's better than being underprepared any day.
Yeah, my husband finally quit fussing at me about it.
Ah. Oh, my goodness.
He noticed I was on there about the hurricane.
Yeah. Oh, somebody's chatting me here. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. Hi, Patricia. That's who Pat Joe is. I get it now. Very good. Okay, let's see. Pull off some phrase here and there. I only have a little bit of this mesh left, and then I'm going to be using my pre-made petals that I made earlier today to save time, which I strongly recommend doing, because that way, if you have all your petals made ahead of time, then all you got to do is just attach them to your wreath. And it makes the whole process go that much smoother. I'm just trying to even out my petal in my hand, and I'm going to do this one over again because
That'd be something you could do, watch TV or just listen to some good old music off the cable.
yeah, absolutely. Again, you can use a clothespin to hold that one piece. You can use, if you have a Bodabra, that's a good mesh holder. A lot of people use the Bodabra just to hold their mesh. They don't use it to make bows. I always have to be conscious of my zip tie because I have put my zip tie on the wrong way many times. Gotta have the flat side down. If you don't know how to use a zip tie, it will not work unless you put it through the flat side. And you hear that zipping sound, then you know you've got it on there correctly. I think I only have, yeah, I have 2 pieces left here. Okay. 2 pieces left there to make another petal, and then I'm going to go to use my pre-made petals that I made earlier. Why the heck isn't he telling me? Hold on one second here. My boyfriend has an auction on eBay. On Me Too bid. And it's ending in 20 minutes, and he wants me to place a bid on it to try to drive the price up for him. I'm like, I'm in the middle of a class. If you want me to bid, tell me now so I can do it now. I don't really sell on eBay. I buy on eBay. Again, I'm just looking at it to make sure that it's pretty even on the bottom. That one piece isn't too much longer than any of the other pieces, so. Somebody's chatting me, but I can't look just yet. Hold on one second. Okay. The thing about flowers is, you know, everybody has their own way of doing them. Everybody has a certain amount of petals that they add. The nice thing about doing a mesh flower is that if you see a gap, if you see an area that might need more, you can always add more petals. So it depends on how full you want your flower. That's really all it is. Again, right now I'm just going in between each burgundy one I put on. I may go back in and put more. I have to see how it looks when I get this row done. I might need to go back and put some underneath on the second bar. I might even do that. I might even go underneath and put some more of the burgundy gold on the second bar. I have to see. I don't really want there to be any gaps at all, so I'm sort of doing my own method here, my own little design. Let me see what somebody's chatting me here. Peggy Jones. Okay, Peggy. Peggy's got to get up early for work tomorrow. She's going to catch the video. Good night, Peggy. She's already left, but I didn't see her comment before. So, all right, let me grab some of my pre-made petals that I have over here. And we're going to continue to work with these. I said I made these earlier to save some time. You may get done before me, Debbie, because you have a 10-inch form. So,
I doubt it.
no.
I'm getting really aggravated.
Why?
My mess is spraying everywhere.
Oh, you didn't use the wood burning tool?
No, I was in too big of a hurry. I didn't have enough time.
Oh, honey, you didn't have to, do it. You have it in time for class. You could have always done it with the video.
I know. I'll probably have to redo it.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the most aggravating thing in the world when your mesh is fraying. Trust me, I know. Okay, hold on a second. What is he saying? Wait 3 minutes and put in 400. Oh, man. He knows I have a class. I can't really watch his auction right now. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. This mesh too from Craft Outlet, Jamie, doesn't really fray that bad either.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. I've got a few pieces coming off here and there, but not bad. I don't know if it's going to fit in between two doors, though. I know you asked me that question. It may, because it's, you know, it's poofy, but it, you know, it'll lay flat, you know, if the door is closed on it, I suppose. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second, you guys. I just have to put this bit in there for him. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. Oh, please don't make me sign in again. Why is it making me sign in again? I'm so sorry, you guys. Hold on 1 second. Oh my gosh. I apologize, you guys. 1 second. Oh, I'm gonna just unplug this for 1 second, you guys. Just bear with me. I'm not where, I promise. I'm still here. Won't go anywhere. I just have to jump on my laptop for 1 second. I apologize. Taking a quick intermission here. Shoot. I can't get at it on my phone, so I gotta. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Yeah, you know what? All right, I gotta do this class. He's gonna have to wait. Sorry about that, you guys. Whoops. Turn my video back on here. Where's my video? Here we go. Sorry, guys. Need some more petals here.
Christina,
Yeah.
I'm quitting.
Yeah, your mesh is fraying, huh? I'm sorry, honey.
That's okay. I'll just do some with the wood burner and watch the video.
Okay.
Good
Like
night.
I said, I feel
Thanks.
bad. You know, if you didn't have time to
I
do
know.
the wood burner, you know, I feel
I
bad.
know.
Where did you get your mesh from? Where did you buy
I
it
got
from?
that at the Dollar General.
Oh,
That's a good reason too.
yeah, probably has something to do with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh well. I'll watch the video and do another one.
Okay.
Good night.
Well, I know that Pam did the poly burlap daisy, and she didn't cut that with the wood burning tool, and she
Yeah.
ended up throwing it all away.
Yeah, and I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Huh.
she went out and she bought a wood burner. She's going to try again. So
Yeah, I've got a wood burner. I just didn't use it.
yeah.
So, oh
So
well.
there's your lesson, Mary. How frustrated people get with mesh fraying.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, Deb.
Thanks.
Sometimes, Mary, you get a class that could be so time consuming that I don't finish it. And I'll either do the rest of it in a recorded video, or we'll, you know, we've never really had like another class to finish. It just depends. I try to cap my classes at 2 hours because everybody's usually falling asleep by 10 o'clock. It's what time is it here? It's 9:25 Eastern time. I know you're in Las Vegas, but usually in the East Coast, we're all like falling asleep
Well, yeah,
after a 2-hour class.
it's only 6:25 here.
Yeah, but I try to cap the classes at 2 hours. So again, if it's a class that may be kind of time consuming, which the flowers usually are, I'll either just finish it in a recorded tutorial or do another class. But usually I do the rest in a recorded tutorial. But at this point, everybody pretty much knows what to do. It's just getting all the petals attached. If we're just making a regular mesh wreath, like in a regular round wreath form with ruffles or spirals or, you know, poofs, that can usually get done within 2 hours. So hold on one second here.
I was just going to say, it's cocktail time here.
Is it? You know, he had me bid on his guitar here that he's selling, and now I'm the high bidder. I knew that was going to happen. I said, whatever. Cocktail time sounds good to me. All right, let me get some more of my petals here. And when I call you, Mary, we'll talk about, you know, all the stuff. I know you have a lot of questions, but we'll talk about it. You can take notes. I'll tell you the best place to buy mesh. I'll tell you the best kind of mesh to buy. I'll tell you what tools you need. So I know you have a lot of questions, like I said.
Okay.
We'll get you straightened out. A lot of the stuff that many of us learn, we learn through trial and error. I can remember the first time I made a wreath. I was so frustrated with the fraying and I couldn't get it to look the way I wanted it to that I just ripped it all apart. And my son came in my room and he saw the big pile of mangled mesh on the floor and he's like, Mom, why did you kill your wreath? So I think we've all had moments of like frustration. So let me see here. Do I have, right now I have a piece of this burgundy gold in between every piece of the burgundy. And I have it on the second to the inside row. But I think I'm going to need to put more in because I don't feel like I have enough coverage here. So let me look and see. Now, obviously, this is all going to be covered with more mesh. You're not going to see this. We're going to do another row of these on this inside bar. But I feel like, let me look at this here and see if I want to put more underneath. I might just do that after. I'm kind of looking around to see if I've got gaps here. But what I might do now, I might just go ahead and continue on to my inside row. And then if I want to, I may put some more in here somewhere. I want to wait and see where I'm at. So at this point, I'm just going to move on to the inside row, which is the very last, goodness, it's sticking together. The very last row on the inside, if you can see this bar, hold on. There's the very last bar on the inside we're going to go to now. But don't worry about sticking these underneath. Just kind of lay them right on the top. And I'm just going to go right around over everything. I'm not going to try to put anything in between. I'm just going to go right over everything. It's kind of hard to see once you get so much mesh on here, but just take your time. You're going to go right around that last bar. With your zip tie. And like I said, it's going to be a little bit challenging because you have the other mesh on here already, the other petals. You have to kind of maneuver your way around to get that zip tied on. Now you want these to be kind of sticking up. That's how this is supposed to look. They're not supposed to lay flat like in other, if you see other petal wreaths, other flower wreaths, how your petals lay flat. It's supposed to be puffy like this. So that's why I told you, Jamie, this wreath is kind of poofy. You want them to be sticking up. So that's the look that you're going for.
It still looks like it'll fit between my two doors, though. I have to like push the door shut, you know.
It'll probably just flatten it a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Oh, wait a minute. Did it sell? I'm so sorry, you guys. Trying to see what he sold this for. I think he actually did end up selling it. Well, he did sell. He didn't sell it to me. He didn't get as much as he wanted for it, but whatever. What can I do? I tried. We do what we can do for the people that we love, right? I know, where did I end off here? I'm like talking and I can't remember where. Oh, there it is, right there. Okay. All right. Like I said, I'm not going to really try to put these petals in between anything. I'm just going to be putting them like right next to each other on that inside bar. Now again, take your time because you've got all your other petals. They're sort of in the way, but go slow. It's not a race. think the reason why he was upset is because he really didn't want to sell this guitar. I think he was kind of hoping that it wouldn't sell. I know that doesn't make any sense, but he's a musician. He hates to sell his things, his instruments. Now again, if you do have some fraying still, you can take the spray when you're done, the craft adhesive spray, and just spray around the back of your wreath. Take it outside and do it though, because I know the kind I have is kind of smelly. So
Hey, Christine, I'm going to have to leave for the night. I'm exhausted.
okay, all right, honey, have a good night. I'm not even sure if we're going to finish this tonight. This is, like I said, this is time consuming, so.
Well, I can't wait to see the video.
I know. All righty, sounds good. Good night, honey.
Good night.
Now, I was going to tell you, Mary, this might not have been the best class for you to sit in on, but you're just watching. This is one of the more difficult ones. But that's okay. You're going to want to probably start at an easier one.
Yeah, I'm just watching you, and then I'm also, the way my husband and I lived, we were in quad living, so we had rooms right next to each other. It'd be like master bedrooms.
Yeah.
And I'm keeping his room, and I'm going to set that up into a craft room.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to rearrange stuff. Plus, you know how they always say women hoard clothes?
Yeah, he did.
Did he ever? I've got a
Oh my
closet.
gosh.
I've got a closet full, 2 rough totes full, 3 bags full.
Oh my gosh. See, now this mesh is like grabbing a hold of my shirt. This was not the best shirt to wear. That's another thing, Mary. You got to be careful with the clothes that you wear, because mesh likes to grab a hold of sweaters and certain types of clothing.
I'm a t-shirt girl.
Are you? Well, this isn't a sweater, but it seems to like to be able to grab this material on this shirt that I have. All right, let's see. I'm glad I made some of these petals ahead of time, boy.
In fact, I just bought myself a card table off of the Facebook Marketplace for $15, and I'm setting that up for my crafts.
There you go. Like I said, this part's probably going to be the most challenging because you have all this other mesh that's kind of in the way, and you have to sort of maneuver around it. But take your time. Make sure that zip tie is going the right way, or you're going to cry once you get it through there and you realize it's not going the right way. There we go. I like the way these petals sort of stick up. It kind of reminds me of almost like a dandelion. All the dandelion petals stick straight up. I like that. Oh no, my shirt. It's pulling my wreath apart. My flower.
Tuck your shirt in. It's catching on the ends. Tuck it in.
No, then I'll look fat. I know.
Nobody can see if it's
It is
bottom
catching on the
anyway.
ends. I know, I know. I shouldn't have worn this shirt. Okay. I'm just going around, all the way around this outside ring, right next to each other. I'm putting these petals. Wrapping them around this last bar. Did I get blurry? Hold on one second. Whoops. So you can see as we get closer to 10 o'clock here on the East Coast, we have some members starting to drop off, but that happens. People get tired, but they know they're going to get the video too, so I should start scheduling some daytime classes for us on the East Coast here.
Plus, it's a Sunday night. Everybody's winding down.
Right, yeah. But basically, by this point, everybody's gotten the idea of how to make the petals and to attach them. And again, if I don't get this finished in class tonight, which I don't think I'm going to be able to get the center finished, what I'll probably do is I'll just jump on and do a quick tutorial. I'll record part 2 tomorrow and finish out the center so everybody can get the video. And what I do, Mary, is I upload all my videos to YouTube. I have a private YouTube channel that you can only access if you have the link, the YouTube link. So if you've paid for the unlimited classes, which you have, you're on a list, a group email list, and you don't have to ask for the video. You'll just get it sent to you. It'll just automatically be sent to you if you're part of that group list.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. But a lot of women would get confused because I would have many email me and say, you know, I'm getting your emails, but I'm not getting the video. I'm like, well, if you're getting the emails, then you are getting the video, but they didn't know what the YouTube link was, so they were confused. So, no, you just have to click on that, and that's your video. Oh, okay. You know, a lot of people don't, you know, have a lot of computer experience, so you have to kind of be patient with some people, and that's okay.
Well, I'm self-taught, but I also have a very good friend here that is a computer whiz, so if I have any problems, I can just get a hold of her.
There you go. Well, it really, if you know how to click on a link, you know, for anything, then you're going to be okay. That's the first thing that's in the email is the YouTube link, and then I always attach the supply list and any prep instructions too. So in case so you don't have to go looking in the group for that. It's right there in the email.
I could do that in my sleep.
Do what?
Click on links.
Yeah. Yep. You'd be surprised how some people don't know how to do that. So. And this last row was a little bit challenging. Just take your time.
Hey, Christina, what if you put the zip tie, attach it before you put the pedal down, and then
I was
the zip
thinking
tie is
about
already
that.
attached? Yeah.
Now, tell me again now, how were you thinking about doing it?
Attach the zip tie to your zip tie pedal, and then when you put the pedal down, your zip tie is already attached. You just have to fold it under and tie it.
Kind of like they do with Unique in the Creek, kind of how she does it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's an idea. I do like how nice and full it's getting though.
I love the colors. I think the colors are beautiful.
Me too. Thanks, Cheryl. Yeah, this is a burgundy gold, and then the outside is a burgundy. I'm going to do burgundy in the middle too. So
It just accents it so pretty. It's nice. It really goes nice.
Just makes you think of autumn.
yeah, I love the colors of fall. So let me try that. And this is what Cheryl was saying. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the zip tie and I'm going to slip it through the zip tie that's already on there. Just like that. And see if I can't just attach it that way. That might make it a little bit easier. I'll find out where I left off here. Where am I? I think that's a good idea, Miss Cheryl.
Could you imagine what that would look like if you did a lighter color on the inside? You'd have your change of seasons.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. So I think I'm basically just going to have time to finish this one row, and then I'll just go ahead and I'll do the center tomorrow, and I'll record that for everybody. So I don't want to keep you guys here too long, and I'm getting a little tired myself, honestly. But I don't think I'm going to have to go in and add any more under here like I thought I was going to have to. This is kind of filling in nicely. I'm just looking for any gaps here, and I don't really see any. So again, when you get to the middle, like Cheryl suggested, and this really isn't a bad idea, to make it a little bit easier for yourself, take your zip tie and just feed it right through the zip tie that's already on your petal. Just stick it right through, and that way all you have to do then, if I can get it through here, it's very tight. So I just kind of slid it right through. So now all I have to do is go down and attach it to the bar. I don't know if you've heard of Unique in the Creek, Mary. It's a company in Niagara Falls, Canada, and she developed a wreathing system. They're not wire wreath frames. She uses boards, wreath boards with holes in them, and you can make pretty much any wreath that you want using her boards. Look it up, Unique in the Creek. She's got a Facebook page.
I will. I'll check it out when I'm done here.
Okay. But this she uses zip ties for everything. She never uses pipe cleaners. I don't think have you ever seen her use pipe cleaners, Cheryl? I've never seen her use pipe cleaners. She always uses zip ties.
Yeah, she uses, she'll use either third size or half size pipe cleaners and then attach ribbons and stuff like that.
Yep, yep. I like how these are kind of going right up like that. I think that's so pretty. All right, I'm gonna have, I think I can probably put like 5 more in here. You know what, you guys, I hope I'm gonna have enough mesh here. I might need to order more mesh. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have enough mesh because this is a bigger wreath frame. This is a 12-inch wreath frame. I might need to get some more mesh, I'm not sure. Or I could add another layer of color and use my red gold, because I have this red gold here. So maybe I'll do that instead of ordering more of the burgundy gold. If I don't have enough to do, because we're supposed to do 1 more row. And what you do with this inside row, and I'll show you after we're done, and I'm going to show you this in the video too, but after we're done doing the inside bar here, we're going to do another row. And what you do with those is you attach them right to your little mesh tails here. That's how you attach your last row before you put your center in. So I'm not quite sure if I'm going to have enough of this burgundy gold left. I got 2 rolls of it. I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough. I'm looking over at what I've made. If I don't, I may put a row of this in. I'm not sure how that's going to look. I have to see. Or I'm just going to have to order another roll of the burgundy gold. Because ideally, you guys, you're supposed to use a 10-inch wreath form. This is a 12-inch wreath form. And I really thought that the same amount of mesh would be enough. But I don't think it's going to be.
Christina, what's the name of that lady's
Unique in the Creek.
Okay.
And her name is Lori Goldfinch McNeil. Very nice lady. A very bubbly personality. She does a lot of lives.
I belong to some that are where people are selling the ribbon and different mesh and stuff like that.
If you decide you do want to order from her and try one of her special boards out, if you go to her site, her website, and order, write this down because you can get a discount.
Okay.
If you use Need to Wreathe 10.
Need to wreathe.
Need to Wreathe, so WREATHE 10.
Okay.
And you can get a discount. That's just for my group members, so.
Okay.
Now she's got kits available.
but really, you just need the special form. You can buy the mesh anywhere. I honestly, I don't like the quality of mesh that she puts in her kits. I don't think that's the best quality. Not anything against her at all. I just, you know, I prefer a better quality mesh. So you can get, I think, just the board, her board by itself, her wreathing system, what she calls it, or you can get the board and then the tutorial. She has tutorials that are sold separately too. So, all right, let's see where I'm at here.
Where's she at in Canada?
She's in Niagara Falls. She's actually, she's in Niagara Falls, New York, isn't she, Cheryl?
No, she's actually in Canada, but she has an address that is a
That's right.
United States address. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, because I might be going up towards Bellingham, Washington in the next month or so.
Yeah, you're on the West Coast. Yep, she's way over by us. So.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm taking some of my husband's remains and I'm going to scatter some down in Oceanside where his parents are. And then I'm going up to Portland, Oregon, where his he was born, and he's got family up there, and scattered a little bit more up there.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going to travel by train.
I love trains.
Well, for $168, you can get a 2-month pass, and that allows you 10 stops.
Wow. There you go.
And then I'm going to do a military funeral out here at the Veterans Cemetery.
What branch of the military was he in?
He was Air Force, 18 years.
Wow.
Flight nurse.
How awesome.
Until he got shot down in Vietnam.
In Vietnam, you said?
Yeah.
Oh. All right, you guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up because we're definitely not going to finish. I'm almost done with this inside row here. And I got to see where I am with my mesh. I might not have enough of this burgundy gold to do this last row because my goal was to do another row in the burgundy gold, my final row, and then do just the burgundy in the middle. And the center is done a little bit differently than the petals for the outside. So you're gonna need to see that. But Mary, this is one of these instances where we're not gonna finish. This has happened before. A lot of times it's just a very time consuming project with the way the mesh is folded, and regular wreaths, when I say regular wreaths that aren't flowers, usually don't take this long. So I don't want you to get scared thinking, oh my gosh, what am I getting myself into? But is that right, Cheryl? Regular wreaths don't take as long as flowers do.
No, not at all. The flowers are much harder. Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's just that they're time consuming. You know what I mean? Is really what it is. So I'm going to wrap this up, you guys. This is going to be really pretty when it's done, and I'm not going to make you wait days for the rest. I'm going to finish this tomorrow. Unless I decide that that red gold isn't going to go, I may have to order another roll of this burgundy gold. So I'll have to see. But I'm going to alert everybody to this when I send the video out. See, here's the thing. This is 2 rolls of the burgundy gold. And I don't really need another full roll. I just need probably like 8 more pieces because I have about 4 pieces over there right now. So I don't know. I'll let everybody know what they need to do, and then we'll go from there. Unless you get a 10-inch wreath form. I think you'd be okay with a smaller wreath form, but mine is a little bit bigger, so that's why I'm a little bit short. So
Intermix with the burgundy. Go every other one burgundy.
That's a good idea too. I do have extra burgundy, but I don't have a lot because I did this whole outside. I really only have enough for the center, so we'll see. I'll figure it out. It's going to be gorgeous. It looks pretty so far.
It's very pretty, Christina.
Thank you.
Very pretty.
Thank you, my dear.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Good night, Mary. Thanks for being here.
Good night. Thank you for having me.
You're very
Good
welcome.
night.
Good night, everybody. I'll call you tomorrow, Mary.
Okay.
Okay, good night, everybody. Thank you.